Okay, Doctor, thank you very much for being on our show here at Magoni Studios. We're happy to have you. Today we're going to be talking about agriculture and how it can help to reduce poverty in the rural areas. Basically, agriculture and rural development. You know, I guess everybody agrees that agriculture is key, is pivotal. Its significance cannot be overstated as far as economic activity in the rural areas. So I want to even start from the point of view of the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development. And I know recently you were in an, should I call it, encounter with the minister. You were on a TV program with the minister, you guys talked. So in your view, why do we call it Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development? Is it that there is a very strong connection between agriculture and rural development and therefore poverty eradication?
Okay, thank you, sir. The major thing has been that majority of Nigerian population are agrarian in nature. At least most of our villages, most of our settings in east states in Nigeria, they have been populated by majorly farmers. So you can't talk about rural development or development of the villages or of the enclaves without talking about developing their practice, which is indigenous to them, which is traditional to them. Nigerians are known from time immemorial to be farmers. And thus, if you want to improve their life, you must improve what can sustain them. So the ministry in this government was named Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development because of the context of thinking of there is massive movement of the youthful generation in terms of age into the city.
Okay.
The drift is so massive and is a cankerworm in the development of the country. When you talk about a young boy, a teenager that grew up in the villages, he will be having quest to move out of that place because they want to have a good livelihood. So in the developed world, you'll find out that the rural area, they are always competing favorably with the urban setting. If you have a good road,
in advanced economy.
Okay. If you have good road, if you have water provision, if you have a good processing facility within in the closest region to the villages, to the rural community, the youth or the younger ones will not be thinking of moving into the city. So I think that's the concept
So why do they go to the urban areas here in Nigeria or Africa?
I think that's the concept. The reason is that they believe they want to have a better livelihood, better condition, sustainability.
What does that mean? Electricity, or what was that mean?
Thinking of getting one job that is not available.
Okay.
People troop into the city looking for a job, white collar job, or whatsoever you call it, that is not available. But the quest or the movement, that trajectory of that large movement is because the facility, the infrastructure that can sustain them is not available.
Okay.
For example.
So they're not looking for jobs, they're looking for infrastructure.
Good livelihood.
So because when they go to the urban areas, they don't find the jobs.
Yes.
So why don't they go back home where there's at least food? There's agriculture.
Immediately you move from the villages, in your village, and you are now in town.
Yes.
It will change your psyche. The first psyche is how will I now go back into that rural area? So and you now find out it has escalated the level of insecurity in the cities. Because you are in the city, there's no house.
Yes.
They will start sleeping under the bridge.
Yeah, okay, but since we're looking at the rural area, so But what do we do then, you as an expert in this area, what do we do then to improve conditions in the rural areas? Isn't it, first of all, just to make sure that we create jobs, well-paying jobs, so that these people can go back to the rural areas and take jobs?
The rural area doesn't need jobs.
Okay, what do they need?
Because already there are jobs in the rural area.
Like what? Like where?
When you talk about an agri value chain development, you find out that if you are producing crop, you still need processor. Even in producing crop, you take laborers. You cannot be the only one that will be doing it. Whether it's mechanized farming or it's primitive farming, you need labor. You create labor there.
Okay.
In the processing arm,
but there is no processing happening in the rural areas. Much of the processing is happening in the urban centers in manufacturing. As you know, we were talking before we came on set that the way even the NBS, National Bureau of Statistics, the way that they break it out sectorally is that in agriculture, they have crop production, they have livestock, they have fisheries, and they have forestry. There is no processing in any of those categories.
Like in most of you have primary products, you have intermediate products.
Okay.
In most of our villages, you'll find out that we have a missing gap in all our agri and in entirety in Nigeria. The missing gap is that when we produce, we don't think of post-harvest management.
Okay. It tends to happen, the states that are agrarian tend to be poorer. But isn't that a paradox? How can it happen that states that have food, that have facility for agriculture, for crop production, for livestock, for sometimes fisheries, for forestry, turn out to be some of the poorest states? We find that most of the northern states are poorer compared to the southern states. What is the explanation for that?
There is a new dynamic now.
Okay.
That's an old way of thinking about agriculture.
Okay.
I usually teach agripreneurship.
Okay.
At the final year.
Agripreneurship. Okay.
That's agri-entrepreneurship.
Good.
For all our agricultural, the graduates, the final year students in our university.
Good.
And the concept is agric is business.
Okay.
When Additional was the Minister of Agric, he revitalized that and make people to realize that agric is a business and we can only do agric as business to prosper.
Yes.
If we limit agric to the traditional setting, we will not gain anything there.
Okay.
So the concept.
I'm sorry, what is traditional setting?
When you use the laborious use of cutlass and hoe.
Okay.
You have so many type of small inputs that you can use in agric, the intermediate technology that you can use that will maximize the production.
Do we have those things in our villages and communities now?
That is not that we can claim that we have it. How many tractors do we have in Nigeria?
That's what I'm asking you. You're the expert. Yeah.
The tractors that we have in Nigeria is not even up to what they have in Ghana. Ghana is not more than 2 or 3 states in Nigeria. So, but the issue is agriculture now. Is if we want to get the best from agriculture, we must mechanize it. So the states that you said they are poorer, then they were thinking of the agriculture of producing only the inputs. When you produce only cassava, only maize, no. But now they are thinking of adding value to it.
Are they thinking or they are doing it?
They are now doing it.
Like what stage?
For example, the Kpakol experience in rice. When they have interaction, collaboration with Lagos, you find out that they now led rice production in Nigeria. I was in a program in Ebonyi. Now the Ebonyi people started arguing with me that how can Kpakol now be leading them in rice production? And at the end, when we evaluate it, Ebonyi came second. So which means that there is healthy competition between them.
That's pretty good.
They are now producing rice, and the rice that is being produced in Nigeria is close to 80-90% of what we are consuming now.